What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. This is a review of the Gabb Phone Plus. Now, this is a phone that costs 200 bucks. Link down below. We'll get it for you for cheaper though, so don't worry about that. But ultimately, 200 bucks is the MSRP on this device. And then you also have a monthly cost anywhere between $30 or as low as about $22.99. Now also keep in mind that the Gabb Phone Plus is designated and geared for children. So if you're an adult, you're a parent, and you want to really control your kid's phone and give them a cell phone, but maybe not give them the whole entire world of the internet, this is a great phone to get because it really takes the guesswork and the worry out of who your child is going to communicate with on the internet and throughout the world. Now, you don't really get full internet or really any internet on this phone for that matter. So what you do get is a smartphone that you can make phone calls and texts, send picture messages, and also just use certain smart things like calculator or take photos and things like that. Now they call it the Gabb Phone Plus, but in actuality, it's really a Samsung A10e phone. Now this phone is slightly different from just a regular A10 phone from Samsung. It is locked down for the most part, like I said, to pretty much block out the entire internet. Inside the box, you do get a charging cable and a charging brick. This charging cable is USB-C. A couple of things I would recommend getting is one, definitely get a case for this phone. If your kid is bad with dropping things and you worry about them breaking it, definitely, without a doubt, get a case. Also, you might think about getting a glass screen protector for the phone as well. And you can buy all that stuff right from the Gabb website. All right, so let's take a closer look at the Gabb Phone Plus. You can see it's a very modern design, and it's not a very big phone. Like, it's big enough, but it's not massive like some of the other phones that are on the market today. You get the front-facing camera right there. On the back, you get a single camera with a flash. At the top, you get some microphones, and at the bottom, you get a speaker, USB-C charging, and you also get a headphone jack. So if your kid loves to listen to wired headphones, this still has it. A very rare occurrence in a lot of phones. On the right-hand side of the phone, you get a power button and volume keys. So since this doesn't have the internet, you're gonna see a lot of apps missing from this phone or just removed. So you get your phone app, you get your texting app, you get your camera, you get your gallery to look at your photos. You also get your Gabb ID app, you get Gabb Music. Gabb Music is pretty cool. Basically, for a fee, you get to play edited music, basically. So it won't have any of the swear words or anything like that. And you can stream it with your phone. So it's very, very cool to be able to do that on this phone as long as you're paying that monthly fee. Now to see the rest of your apps, swipe up and you'll see your rest of your apps. You get My Files. My Files is going to show you any files that are on the phone. Think of it as like a My Computer on a Windows. So it's just like that. You also have the calculator app. So if your kid wants to use a calculator, they have that option to, do any calculations that they need to. Very helpful and very easy to use. You get your calendar app so they can add calendar events or things like that they have going on in their life. Next, you got the camera, and the camera is actually pretty freaking good. Takes photos, takes videos. When you click on more, you can go into pro mode, which is gonna allow you to really take control of the camera with different apertures, and you control it rather than the phone controlling it. And then you also have panorama photos. But ultimately, I took some photos and videos. Here is a couple of photos that I took. I thought they came out really, really good on this phone. That's a quiche I made. That's another angle of the quiche that I made. Here's a video. And then here we go with the back camera, so you can get an idea what this looks like. Again, in the different lighting settings. This one should and the microphone sounds good. Like, this is a good quality phone camera on here. I like it better than the other Gabb phone that they have out. This is definitely a more premium look to it. This is the... There you go with a little video. This is the front camera. The other one was the back camera. And again, looks really good. Both are 1080p, and both look really, really nice. And it does a really, really good job. You got your clock next. Your clock is going to allow your kid to set an alarm, to do a world clock, to set up a stopwatch, or to do timers. Is very, very helpful stuff. Next, we have contacts, and contacts is where they can add any and all contacts that they would have to call or text. This is your gallery app to look at all your photos and videos. This is your phone app if you want to make a phone call. and check voicemail and all that stuff. So if you go into places, they can actually search for places on here. We'll just hit agree to all that. So if they're looking for something, they will have the internet to search for things. But again, they're not going to be able to use it for social media or things like that. But they'll be able to search for things. So you are paying that monthly fee. And at the end of the day, you will be able to search for places and things like that. You have the Samsung Notes app. So if you want to take down notes of anything and everything, you can come in here and do that. And if you do grocery lists or whatever your kid does, notes for school, I'm not even typing anything, but if they did, they could come in here and it would save it to the phone. We'll go into settings in just a moment, but we also have Gabb Messenger, which is the text messaging app like I showed you earlier. And while I am in here, I'll just show you. So they can come up here, they can search for a contact. They can go into contacts at the bottom or go into settings, and they can choose a different theme if they want. Maybe they want to do it so it's purple. They can hit apply, and now all their icons are purple. But I have a text message going on right here with myself. And just to show you that it does work, it's sending, 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 and now it's sent. So very easy to do that. And they can also come in here and send a photo. Maybe they're like, oh, I'm gonna send a picture of that dog to my friend. And there you go, it goes through, no problem at all. Next up, you have the Knox. This is just their protection, saying the phone is basically protected, and they can check for software updates to see if they have any for the phone for like bug fixes and things like that. And then MyGabb is just the way to set up your phone. So your kid will open this up and they will end up scanning the QR code, at least the adult will. The adult will go into their Gabb ID and scan that, and I'll show you a video of that right now. So if you're an adult, what you want to do is make sure you download the MyGabb app and log in with your account. Hit open and then hit add device at the bottom. Put in the name of your child, put in the rest of their information and hit next. And then what you're going to do is hit scan QR code. And then on your child's phone, go into the MyGabb app, scan the QR code, and then enter the code that's on the phones of the child. And now when you go to the devices, you can come in here and check your child's phone. So you can play a sound to find your child's phone. You can locate your child's phone on a map by hitting locate. You can call your child's phone, and you can also text your child as well. Also, if you go into profile, you can go in here and check and set safety zones. So if they move out of a zone, it will let you know. And you also have location monitoring, and you can refresh that information every 15 minutes or more or less, depending upon what your frequency is. Also, when you swipe down, you have your quick toggle, so the kid can brighten their screen if they want. They have the ability to turn their flashlight on, which is always helpful at night. Airplane mode if you're going on a flight. You got your different power modes. So if they're not going to, the battery's dying basically, and they want to get a little bit more juice out of the phone, they can come in here and turn on that. We have turning on and off Wi-Fi. We have sound. So if you want to mute your notifications, this is a quick and easy way to just do it right there. Turn Bluetooth on or off. Auto rotate of the display is there. Sync, you can turn on dark mode if they like to have the phone be dark looking. You have that option, which is actually one of my favorites. So it's usually how I have my phone set up. And then lastly, let's go into settings. So you get settings right here. Get your advanced features to reduce animations if you want the phone to feel a little bit faster. You got motions and gestures. You can go into display settings and go back there. Display settings, and not only obviously you change the brightness in the dark mode, but if the kid wants the font to be bigger, they have that option to make it bigger. They also have in here, you can change the screen time out. 2 minutes is the perfect amount, so make sure you do that. You also have navigation bar. So if they want to use gestures like the newer Android phones, they can do that, or like an iPhone type. And they can also move the back button to the left or to the right, depending upon how they want it. Some other things they can change on here is if they press in the middle of the screen, they have wallpapers. So they can come in here and choose different wallpapers that they want. I used Wallpaper Services, and you can choose one of these and it downloads these beautiful wallpapers, and they change all the time. So very, very cool stuff. And then also going in here, you can add widgets for different apps, and widgets will just lie on the screen. So if I had Gabb Music, which I don't have, but if I did, I could play music right from here without having to go into the app. And then you also have your home screen settings. So if you want your apps to be bigger or smaller, depending upon how you want it, you have that option. You can have an apps button if you want. You can lock your home screen layout if you're always moving around your home screens, and other things as well. So that is a walkthrough and feeling of this phone. So with that said, you're not getting the whole internet experience, and that's because they're trying to lock and prevent your kid from getting in any kind of trouble or danger. And I love that. It takes the guesswork out of having to think about anything if you're an adult, and just give your kid a smartphone and kind of get them used to that whole experience. Also, it does take some pretty good videos and photos. It has Bluetooth, so if you wanted to hook up Bluetooth on there, you get the Gabb Music if you subscribe to that, and all that Gabb Music, like I said earlier, is destined and provided to you, so all the explicit lyrics and all that stuff are edited out. So if you want to pick it up, it's linked down below. Like I said, I would definitely pick up a case along with it to give it some protection. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.